It wasn't too long ago that we reviewed the 2020 ASUS Vivobook S15, even though it isn't exactly an upgrade over its predecessor, but it is still a rather decent mid-range laptop as of today. Now, this thing here is the real deal, and it looks exactly the same as the Vivobook S15 because it is technically a refresh of it. This is the Vivobook 15 K513 that comes with 11th gen Intel Tiger Lake processors, and Intel is promising a significant performance bump over the 10th gen Comet Lake and Ice Lake CPUs, which makes this laptop really interesting to find out, and I've spent a couple of days on it already, and here's what I have to say. Nothing has changed in terms of design, as this is a mere hardware refresh of this year's Vivobook S15, though you do get new color options of Indie Black, Transparent Silver, and this Hearty Gold color model. You also get some stickers out of the box to decorate the chassis as usual. Port selection also remains the same, though I was underwhelmed that ASUS has decided to keep the two USB 2.0 ports on the left and there still isn't USB PD charging. I'm glad that the fingerprint reader is now back on the trackpad, which serves as a great convenience to sign into Windows. The unit I'm reviewing is spec with a Core i5-1135G7 processor with 8GB of onboard DDR4 RAM running at 3200MHz, 512GB of PCIe NVMe storage, and NVIDIA GeForce MX 350 graphics. The laptop's display is a TUV Rheinland Eye Care certified 15.6-inch Full HD IPS panel that feels very comfortable to look at for long hours. The pair of Harman Kardon tuned speakers sounds really good for its class, and there is now a microphone that does AI noise cancellation. And to find out how well the AI noise cancellation microphone works, I am going to run a test by recording an audio using the laptop's microphone while playing a music in the background, which is right over there. It is going to get a little loud because I'm going to play an EDM music, so here's how it goes. So I'm going to play the music right now, and we are now at the basic reception optimization mode in the clear voice mic section, and there's actually music playing in the background already. It's pretty loud. And next, I'm going to switch over to the multi-presenter conference call mode, which the AI noise cancellation mode is now active. So I'm able to both refer and still talk at the moderate volume, and hopefully you can still hear me. And I'm going to just move over to the side here, and hopefully you guys can still hear my voice in the audio recording. And let's move over to the right side here, and I hope you can still hear me based on this business. Alright, so back to the review. And now, getting to the laptop's internals is way easier than the last time, as it uses the standard Phillips screws instead of Pentaloop screws. Once inside, you find an extra RAM slot, an empty 2.5-inch hard drive bay, which ASUS has provided a self-installation drive kit out of the box. To be honest, I would rather ASUS not do that, as it could do with a larger battery with that extra space. But that's one affordable way of expanding storage. Let's talk about performance and why it is such a big deal on the Vivobook 15. Compared to the 10th gen processors, Tiger Lake is fabricated with a smaller and more efficient 10nm process with a configurable TDP up to 28 watts. In layman's terms, you should expect lower CPU temperatures and faster performance than before. While traditionally laptops like this emphasize on slimness and power efficiency, manufacturers usually limit the CPU power at 15 watts, which you aren't getting the max performance. On the Vivobook 15, the CPU can operate at 28 watts, all thanks to ASUS's Intelligent Performance Technology, or AIPT for short, and a new ice plate cooling fan with better airflow to push heat out of the chassis. This can be enabled in the My ASUS app under the AIPT section and set to performance mode, or by pressing the function plus F key combo. While fan noise is certainly more audible at full loads, it doesn't have the coil whining noise you'll find on gaming laptops. The performance increase can be felt significantly in creative apps, and I can also game lightly on this machine. I was able to run Tomb Raider above 60 frames per second on Full HD resolution and normal graphics setting, though there are frame dips in some parts of the game, which I think is pretty forgivable since this machine isn't made for gaming. However, games such as Ori and the Will of Wisps and Triumph 4 ran without any issues. This can never be achieved previously, and ASUS claims up to 40% of performance improvement over its predecessor. Thermals are really impressive, as the laptop averages below 40 degrees Celsius during normal usage and idle, while load temperatures goes all the way up to 90 degrees Celsius. The Vivobook 15 has the same 42 Wh battery as the Vivobook S15, and battery life is pretty much the same, as I measured up to 8 hours of usage based on PCMark's battery tests. Overall, I'm really happy with the subtle hardware improvements that ASUS has done on the Vivobook 15 over the Vivobook S15, especially for the fact that I can finally expand the RAM of this laptop and the inclusion of the fingerprint reader. And what's more, Intel's Tiger Lake processors really proved itself to be a much better performer over its 10th gen processors, and it is really for the first time that I see a mid-range laptop like this can do decent lightweight gaming. So that's pretty much about my review of the ASUS Vivobook 15. This laptop will cost you 3,299 ringgit, and I think anyone should really just consider about it. So do make sure you're subscribed to us on our YouTube channel for more tech videos coming right up, and follow us on social media. I'm Warren with KLGadgetTV, and I will see you in our next video.